Hey everybody, Keith Hilson with the Trombone Shop at Schmidt Music. One of the performance issues we run into as trombone players, and frankly isn't something we think about all the time unless we run into those situations, are tricky, fast mute changes. I certainly know there have been plenty of times where I wished I had an assistant sitting in front of me, ready to change out my mutes on a moment's notice with some of those tricky changes. Assuming we don't have that available, the next best option is making our mutes more readily available. We certainly understand some of the challenges with keeping the mutes on the floor or doing the old mute in the crook of your knee trick, and so having the mute sitting out in front of you can be really beneficial. One of the things we run into though is that there are not a lot of really great mute holder options out there, and a lot of the ones that are there are really designed more with trumpet in mind. But we have found one that seems to work really consistently well with a lot of different trombone mute options, and specifically from Hercules. This is the Hercules HA100 mute holder, designed specifically with both trumpet and trombone in mind, and after doing a lot of experimentation, we've actually had some really good success with this. So the whole idea here is that this is designed to clamp on the music stand, and then we've got 4 different ring options here to hold our mutes or other item, mutes, cups, etc. It does have actually this handy little tray here for storing, maybe your water bottle, cleaning supplies, slide lubricant supplies, whatever. But this is also removable, so that way you have yourself an extra mute holder here as well. We've got rubberized rings all the way around here to help protect the mute, obviously, and to keep it quiet, so once you're taking the mutes on and off, they're not making a lot of noise in performance situations. So I'm going to put this on the stand so that you can see exactly how this works in practical terms. All right, so here we can see the mute holder in action. We're using this on a standard Manhasset metal stand here. So we can see the way it clips on is down here. So it clamps on like so. So it has this V shape here, which goes around one side, then we have the clamp on the other side. Really does a nice job here. It's very sturdy. The stand itself wants to rotate a little bit, but this is not moving at all. So then we can see we've got our 4 rings here. The little one over on the side, it's really not going to be of any benefit for us. You might be able to fit a glass of water or something in there, but as far as the mute goes, probably not the most helpful. But we found especially kind of the outside larger rings here seem to really do a nice job with this. And we've done a lot of testing lessons with this. This will really fit pretty much all standard tenor trombone mutes here as well. And one of the things that I think is really impressive with this is that it will also fit bass trombone. So both of these are all Joe Rall mutes here. So it will even fit a bass trombone mute. Obviously, a little bit smaller in there, but the thing is, even here, even if it was to tip off to the side, it's not going to be falling out. There's not going to be anything that's going to be happening with it. One of the things, depending on exactly how large, especially the stem of the mute is, sometimes you do have to be a little careful in how you remove it. The corks do get stuck a little bit. So depending on exactly how fast the mute changes had to be, you might have to have a little bit of practice with it. We have found there have been a few mutes that just do not work as well with it. The Tom Crown mutes do not really work with these at all because of how large the corks are on the stems, and as we might expect, the Joe Rall bucket mutes, with the very large mutes, they just do not fit in. The profile of the mute itself is just way too large. It doesn't fit on there. But, otherwise, like I said, these do a really nice job. And really, like I said, pretty removable in and out. And again, it's impressive that it really will fit a variety of bass trombone mutes as well. In all of my experience, all of the research I've done, looking at different options, this is really one of the best, if not the best, trombone mute holder option I've run across. There's one other company I know that are doing some things as far as kind of wrapping wire in shapes to hold mutes, but frankly I think this is more versatile than that, and especially given the price. At the time of this video, this is running about $25. And given that it's built by Hercules, one of the things we love about Hercules is that they're exceptionally well made, long lasting. This is, I think, a really great value. you know, it's not something that I would necessarily use all the time myself, but if I were doing like a musical run, if I had, you know, if I had like a 2-3 week run and I had a lot of mute work I had to do, frankly, I might think about something like this depending on the, you know, the playing circumstances and everything. So if hopefully you've enjoyed the video here, if you have any feedback, if you've ever used this mute holder or if you've had experience with other mute holders, we'd love to hear about that. Feel free to leave your comments below in the video. If you enjoyed the video here, think about giving it a thumbs up. If this is the first video you've seen from us, think about subscribing to our channel. We're always trying to create new, interesting content that is hopefully useful for you. And you can always find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as well. So thanks for watching, everybody.